graduands, distinguished guests, families and friends, welcome to the Charles Darwin University graduation ceremony. My name is Professor Fiona Colson, MC for today. I'd like to start by acknowledging that we are meeting here on Larrakia country, which always was and always will be Aboriginal land. I pay my respects to elders past and present and extend that respect to other First Nations people here today. Now, my job is to explain how today's ceremony will run. Firstly, you have a few more minutes to send any of those urgent texts. Remind your loved ones that we are streaming this ceremony before we'd ask that you turn your phones to silent or off for the duration of the ceremony. Families and friends, we are delighted that you can be with us today. We want you to celebrate the success of these wonderful graduands and clap and cheer for all your worth. There are no noise limits today. If we need to evacuate the venue, exits are located at the front and rear of the room, and if you hear the evacuation alert, please follow venue staff instructions. As the academic procession enters, you will hear the season's fanfare. This is a signature tune that was commissioned by the university for grand occasions such as this one. The season's fanfare pays homage to Charles Darwin and maps a journey through the territory's seasons and history. We hope you enjoy listening to it. Today, you'll also see our university mace. The mace bearer will immediately precede the Chancellor in the academic procession, and the mace will sit on stage throughout the ceremony. Charles Darwin University is committed to the achievement of Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander peoples and their communities across the Northern Territory and Australia. And in recognition of this commitment, you will see our First Nations graduates at this ceremony wearing a unique stole and pin. The stoles are based on the design and colours of the Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander flags, and it is a practice we have followed since its inception by our Pro-Vice-Chancellor of Indigenous Leadership in 2009. Our photographers, and they're down the front here, will be busy taking pictures throughout the ceremony. You'll also be able to have individual photographs taken after the ceremony. You're more than welcome to take pictures and video from wherever you are seated. We want you to remember this occasion for a long time to come. So now to today's ceremony. Today's ceremony will be presided over by the Acting Chancellor, Brendan Douglas, who will confer awards on graduating students during the ceremony. When the academic procession takes their place on stage, please remain standing for the national anthem. In the early part of the ceremony, the Vice-Chancellor and President, Professor Scott Bowman AO, will deliver a welcome address. And here I'm going to ask a favour from you. This is my 6th graduation ceremony for the week, and our Vice-Chancellor has been using the same joke in every single ceremony. And what he does is, he comes up and he doesn't get much of a clap, and then we go back and we say, let's do it again. I want us to sort of trip him up a little bit today and just keep it interesting for the photographers who've heard this lots and lots of times. You should see their faces. They're like, we're over this, and all of our staff. So when I introduce the Vice-Chancellor for the welcome address, my favour to ask is, could you really cheer, make lots and lots of noise? I'll welcome him and then I'll indicate to you that we're going to cheer. So let's see how it goes. And if it doesn't go well, it's been lovely working for Charles Darwin University. Not long after the welcome address, the Vice-Chancellor and President will ask the graduands to stand and then ask the Chancellor to confer all of today's awards, at which point you, the audience, can cheer. Each graduand will then be called individually across the stage and presented. Today we have graduands from the CDU TAFE and the Faculty of Arts and Society, presented by Associate Professor Alan Berman. Now, instructions for our graduands. So if you weren't listening before, pay attention to this little bit right now. Obviously, you have an integral role to play in this ceremony. In fact, you have a starring role to play on stage. You will be prompted to line up behind the scenes by our ushers, where you'll also receive your testament before being presented to the Chancellor. When it's your turn, walk to the edge of the red carpet over here, as directed, and wait for your name to be called. And academic ceremonies are full of lots of symbolism, and one of the things that you will do as you walk across the stage, touch your left hand to your bonnet or hat and just dip it a little bit. So essentially, when you hear your name, walk towards the Chancellor and acknowledge by nodding and touching your bonnet or mortarboard. Now, another part of symbolism that we have is your tassel should be on the right-hand side of your mortarboard. And you'll understand the significance of that a little bit later. Okay, everyone's going, it's the right, it's this one, yep, got it, all right. Now, you're on the side, you'll walk across the middle after doing that. Pause and stand next to the Chancellor and you'll have a photograph taken with the Chancellor. And then you will follow the usher's directions to the next available seat in your row. And if you forget all of that, follow the person in front of you and the directions of our ushers. Now, graduates and guests, please remain seated until the ceremony has finished. We want every graduate to have a full house, whether called first or last. And right at the end of the ceremony, you'll hear one of your fellow graduates address the hall. So please, no leaving early. At the end of the ceremony, the academic procession will form a guard of honour, and graduates, you'll be prompted by our ushers to exit through the guard of honour. After the ceremony, there will be light refreshments in the student square behind us. And it now gives me my very great pleasure to hand over to our alumni manager, Mr. David McBain, who will talk to you about staying connected to CDU.
Thank you, Deputy Vice-Chancellor. Thanks for the applause, but they also need to be about 3 times that loud when the Vice-Chancellor gets up here. We really want the noise. Good afternoon, graduates, and congratulations on your graduation from Charles Darwin University. Graduating from university is one of life's great milestones. It's something to be celebrated, and I congratulate each and every one of you on your achievements. Once you walk out of these doors, you become alumni of Charles Darwin University, something that we're so proud of, and something that you can proudly say for the rest of your lives. You are leaving here with a qualification which will contribute greatly to your success in the future. But your connection with us doesn't end when you complete your study. As a graduate, we're here to support you through your career journey. Your knowledge, expertise and success can also be shared to help develop others who in a few years' time will be sitting exactly where you are today. As alumni of CDU, you also have access to a range of special benefits. You can obtain free advice on all matters relating to your ongoing professional development through our virtual careers centre. You have access to the libraries on all of our campuses and our online library resources, and you have free access to LinkedIn Learning, where you can access over 15,000 courses delivered in 7 languages to help you continue developing a wide range of new skills anywhere and at any time. We will keep you up to date with what's happening at CDU through our alumni e-news and social media. You'll be invited to regular alumni networking events, irrespective of where you live, including the CDU Alumni Awards, for which you're now eligible for nomination. The CDU Alumni Awards have been designed to showcase our brightest stars, people who have graduated from CDU and are using their knowledge and skills to do amazing things around the world. We celebrate them at a gala dinner, and it's being held at the Darwin Convention Centre this year in November. Nominations are still open and will close at the end of May, so if you know someone who you think is worthy of an award, please consider nominating them, or indeed nominate yourself. Some of you might have noticed that I'm standing up here with my buddy, a little crocodile that's dressed like us. This is Charlie, and like you, he's the latest member of CDU's alumni community. And I have one for each of you to collect from the alumni desk after the ceremony. Here's our gift to you, a small memento that will remind you of your time at CDU and the time that you stood here on this red carpet and had your photo taken as a graduate and a proud CDU alum. I encourage you to stay connected with us. It brings so many rewards and opportunities, and we would love to continue to hear about your future achievements and where your education with us has taken you. I know that this is a very exciting day. A few of the graduates have already said that they're quite nervous and I'm babbling on a little bit, so I don't expect you to remember anything that I'm saying right now. But in the coming days or weeks, just jump online and Google CDU alumni, update your details so that we can keep in contact with you, and you can also check out the other offers that are available to you as alumni of Charles Darwin University. Thank you and congratulations again on your graduation. I'm so excited for you and I look forward to meeting each and every one of you at the Career Centre just outside those doors at the end of the ceremony. Thank you.
Thank you, David. And just a reminder to check that your phones are on silent. The ceremony is due to commence shortly.
Welcome to Charles Darwin University graduation. Congratulations on your achievement. Now you stand ready to create a new world of possibilities. This is your CDU graduation. Graduands, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, the academic procession is about to commence. Please stand and remain standing.
Please be seated. The Honourable Mark Monaghan, MLA, Minister for Education, Mining, Agribusiness and Fisheries. The Honourable Vicky O'Halloran, AO, CVO, former Administrator of the Northern Territory, and Mr Craig O'Halloran. The Honourable Sally Thomas, AC, former Chancellor of Charles Darwin University and former Administrator of the Northern Territory. Judge Tasliveris, distinguished guests, graduands, family and friends. Welcome. To commence proceedings, Dr Aunty Billawarra Lee, OAM, is unable to be with us in person today, but was kind enough to record a welcome to country for us all.
Mili Mapachua, Damerli to Gulumerigin. Good day, everybody. Welcome to Larrakia country. I'm sorry I'm not with you in body, but I'm definitely here with you in heart and spirit. My name is Aunty Billawarra Lee. I'm a senior Larrakia elder and the Larrakia academic in residence for Charles Darwin University. I wanted to congratulate all the graduates on reaching this point in your graduation. I wish you all the best and safe journey on your coming life journey. And remember, you will always be a member of the CDU family. It's my privilege on behalf of the other elders of the Larrakia Nation, past and present, to welcome to Gwawa Daranyiki land. You are walking in Larrakia land. When you leave, our message will stay with you. So I hope you stay in my country a safe and nourished one, and I ask the spirits of my ancestors to watch over you while you're here. All the ask in return, this just walk softly on Mother Earth and treat her with love and respect as the Larrakia people do. You have travelled the sacred lands of my ancestors. As every sunrise and sunset you have experienced here was the ancestors saying welcome. There was always a place for you here. We will not leave this beautiful place feeling the same way when you arrived. I wish you all the best. Thank you. Mama Bachua. See you later.
Please join with me in thanking Dr Lee for welcoming us here today. Aunty B loves graduations, and while she's not with us in person, she is definitely with us in spirit today. I now invite the Vice-Chancellor and President, Professor Scott Bowman AO, to deliver the welcome address.
I'd like to introduce Fiona Colson, who used to work at the university. And maybe while we're having the graduation, can someone pass a hat round? We're having a collection for Fiona's leaving do. A very warm welcome to the university, and how good was it for all of us to hear Aunty B giving that welcome to country. She is so much part of this university, and we're so pleased to see that she's recovering from the illness that she had before Christmas, and her spirit is still as strong as always. She is really important to this place that we're in today. She is our Larrakia academic in residence, and obviously we are privileged to have this university on Larrakia land. But the name of this hall that we're in today is Gulwa, the Austin Ash Hall. And it was Aunty B who came up with the Larrakia name Gulwa for this place. And of course, that's a Larrakia Aboriginal word, And then we have teamed up with that Austin Ash, one of the great Territorians, a living legend of the Territory. And I think that's what the university is all about, connections and bringing people or peoples together. And this hall is an example of that. The other reason I really like that word Gulwa is because Gulwa actually means, in the Larrakia language, a place of gathering where people come together, and here we all are, we've come together, and it means a place of celebration. And that's what this is this afternoon. It is a celebration. So we are really going to make a lot of noise. Now, this is our 6th graduation in 3 days. This is the final one, and we've been building up to this one. This is the big one. This is where the noise is going to be really loud. I'm ready to celebrate. I've got my celebration boots on. No. They're normally the best shoes in the room. They have been for 5 graduations, but I've seen Her Honour Vicky O'Halloran has outdone me with her shoes yet again. Boo, boo. So I've got those on. I've got my Taylor Swift friendship bracelet on. You got friendship bracelet on? Oh. What'd you put your hands up for? Oh, good. Did you go and see her? Put your hands up if you went to see Taylor Swift. Oh, God, what a great turnout for Taylor. I got to say, I didn't go either, but someone gave me the bracelet. In fact, Raf from our media department. Is Raf here at the moment? Okay, I'll tell you, this thing won't fall off. I've been trying and trying, it won't come off. But anyway, so that's good. So we're going to celebrate, we're going to make a lot of noise. There is an official part of my duty, and that is, I noticed there's some kids and babies. Anyone got, there's one baby over there. Look, guys, any more babies? You're not a baby. Anyway, so if the kids start making, oh, there is a baby there. If the kids start making a noise or the babies start crying, sorry, we do have a rule. You are not allowed to take them out of the building. We don't mind a bit of noise from the kids. In fact, when Fiona's talking, if you can give them a good pinch and get them screaming, I would really appreciate that. So no, look, this is, as I said, a celebration, much more like a wedding, without the creepy uncle, rather than a funeral. So let's celebrate. Now, we're going to really suck up to this bunch over here, and maybe they deserve to be sucked up. We have the most amazing students in Australia, and we're going to congratulate them and tell them how good they are. We know the true heroes in the room are actually over here. You are the ones that have had to put up with that lot for years. You've heard all the whinging, oh, it's so hard, I can't do it. This assignment, I'm never going to get this done. And of course, can we have some more money, please? You've had that for years. So I think you lot should stand up. Stand up. Come on. Face your victims, face your loved ones and give them a round of applause. Okay, they didn't give you that much money. Sit down. I just want to thank all our incredible graduation teams. This is, as I said, we've had about 2,000 people graduate, probably getting on for 1,000 people across the stage. Our graduation team are just incredible. Yes, you are. I want to thank all our volunteers that come in from around the university, all of our team, our academics that come along to these. Thank you. It's been an absolutely great graduations season, if you like. I want to note that we do have visitors here from all around the world. I can see some great Nepalese hats there. They look fantastic. So welcome to you from Nepal, but I'm sure there's people from all around the world. And we are streaming this. This man here, stand up, you stand up. You've been here at L6. Now, turn around. Now, you may think that I know there's a judge here, we are really not exploiting child labour. He is actually 42, but he has very, very good genes, very good genes. Okay, so for everyone around the world, welcome to graduation. Let's have a really good time and make this the best graduation this week. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Vice Chancellor. And now for the presentation of the honorary awards as awarded by the CDU Council. Chancellor, I have the pleasure of presenting Peter Johnston Forrest, who's been awarded the honorary degree of Doctor of Letters. Thank you, Peter. Peter grew up on a sheep station near Longreach in western Queensland. It was an isolated place, but his family's homestead was well stocked with books, among whom Peter found many friends. His correspondence school teachers encouraged him to write, while his parents introduced him to Australia's history, taking pains to show him places where significant historic events had occurred. In Brisbane, as a young man, he began work as the first director of the National Trust of Queensland. In early 1975, he was seconded from that position to come to Darwin to report on cyclone damage to the city's historic sites. 3 years later, he moved permanently to Darwin. He began a public campaign to develop the community's recognition of and regard for the territory's heritage places. One of his early successes was to persuade the Everingham government that the piles of rubble that before Cyclone Tracy had been the old courthouse and police station on the Esplanade should be reconstructed and put to use as offices for the administrator. Today, the site is one of Darwin's proudest adornments. Peter also successfully lobbied for the establishment of an oral history committee and eventually for the creation of a heritage council and the introduction of heritage protection legislation. In 1982, Peter began work as a freelance writer and heritage consultant. Since then, he's published more than 30 books, many in collaboration with his wife, Sheila, and many of them focused on the lives of Territorians, whether they be First Nations or recent arrivals. Throughout, he has generously shared his knowledge and resources with people who seek historical information. Peter says that his objective has always been to take history off the shelf and make it accessible and meaningful to everyone. To that end, he has presented countless broadcasts for the ABC during a 25-year period when he was called the ABC's resident historian. In 1996, he began writing a weekly series of history features for the NT News. The series was enlarged by special supplements about historical subjects of topical relevance, such as the bombing of Darwin. The events of World War II in the Territory have been a particular focus of Peter's attention. Never afraid to challenge historical orthodoxy, he strongly emphasized that the war isn't only about soldiers, and he's brought the social impacts of the war to much greater attention. In total, Peter's work comprises an invaluable documentation of Territory history. He now pledges that his work will continue for as long as he's able to do it. Chancellor, in recognition of his contribution to recording and facilitating the understanding of the history of Australia's inland and northern places, Charles Darwin University awards Peter Johnston Forrest the degree of Doctor of Letters honoris causa. Chancellor, I have the pleasure of presenting John Foxy Robinson, AO, who's been awarded the Honorary Doctor of Letters. Mr. Robinson's legacy as one of the Northern Territory's most prominent entrepreneurs and philanthropists spans decades, stemming from a desire to make a positive community impact. Mr. Robinson, one of 7 siblings from Burke, New South Wales, left school at 13. After a stint in the Royal Australian Navy as a cadet, Mr. Robinson began making his mark in the NT in the late 1960s. He worked in the meat industry for 15 years, during which he met his future wife of 45 years, Trish. They went on to have 4 children and 13 grandchildren. After the decline of the meat industry in the early 80s, Mr. Robinson became a landscaper at the Catherine Swimming Pool. His managerial skills were quickly noticed and he was appointed manager. This experience piqued his interest in the tourism industry, which he ventured into by acquiring and transforming struggling businesses, including the Red Gum Caravan Park, Knott's Crossing Resort, and the Adelaide River Pub. Mr. Johnson's journey continued with the purchase of the Palms Resort in Darwin, the construction of the Darwin Airport Resort and Darwin Airport Inn. He also consulted with the Anandiliaqua Land Council for the construction of Dugong Beach Resort. He constructed the Darwin Airport Lodge, and its success led him to develop the former Wickham Point Immigration Detention Center and the Bladen Accommodation Village. Mr. Robinson ventured back into hotels and hospitality, building the Ridges Palmerston, and in the height of the COVID-19 pandemic, opened the Ridges Gold Coast Airport. Mr. Robinson's legacy is also defined by his commitment to philanthropy, with many notable contributions, such as providing furniture to communities affected by Cyclone Lam in 2015, helping the local girl born with microphthalmia to receive a prosthetic eye, is a major sponsor of St. John's Ambulance Service, hosting the annual biggest morning tea for the Cancer Council of the Northern Territory, and supporting the Humpty Dumpty Foundation. In 2016, Mr. Robinson's endeavors were recognized when he was appointed as an Officer of the Order of Australia. Chancellor, in recognition of his outstanding contribution to the business development in the Northern Territory and his philanthropic commitments to the community, Charles Darwin University Council awards John Foxy Robinson AO the title of Honorary Doctor of Letters, honoris causa.
Thank you, Pro Vice-Chancellor. It is now time for today's occasional address. A third-generation Territorian, Judge Taz Liveris graduated with a Bachelor of Arts and Bachelor of Laws from the Northern Territory University, now known as CDU, in 2001, and was admitted as a barrister and solicitor of the Supreme Court of the Northern Territory in 2002. Practising in Perth for several years, he was admitted to the Supreme Court of Western Australia and later the High Court of Australia in 2007 before returning to the top end. Taz served as President of the Law Society of the Northern Territory from 2015 to 2017 and was President of the Law Council of Australia in 2022, becoming only the third Territorian to hold this office in 90 years. This year he was appointed to the Federal Circuit and Family Court of Australia. Please give Judge Taz Liveris a very warm welcome.
Chancellor, Vice-Chancellor, Acting Pro-Vice-Chancellor, dignitaries, graduands, staff, family and friends. I first pay my respects to the Larrakia people and acknowledge their connection to land, waters and community. I pay my respects to elders past, present and emerging, and I extend that respect to Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander peoples here this afternoon. As an alumnus, it is a tremendous honour for me to return to the university to give this address. Like many Territorians, I owe a significant debt of gratitude to the visionaries who brought access to higher education to the people of the Northern Territory and who developed the university into the respected institution that it now is. This afternoon is an extremely special milestone in all of your careers. It is a proud moment to share with the people who have supported you, to reflect upon and celebrate your achievements, and to look forward to the world of opportunities that lie ahead for you. It might seem unusual for me to impress Socratic wisdom upon you today, but in many ways the sentiment that true wisdom comes to each of us when we realise how little we understand about life, ourselves, and the world around us embodies one of the most valuable assets you will have acquired from your university studies. The importance to all of us of humility, of being aware of our own limitations, and the need to think critically, question why, to actively seek and share knowledge, and to constantly learn. Your graduating generation has unique opportunities and challenges, influenced by the prevailing social, environmental, and economic climate. So too does our system of law and justice, which must keep pace with the rapidly changing society around it. For example, like the online tertiary education that many of you have had, the justice system has had to come to terms with the digital revolution, including the rapid upscaling of online court proceedings, artificial intelligence, and automated administrative decision-making, all of which have the potential to improve efficiency and access to justice, but also come with a suite of significant risks that need to be managed. Also, despite our prosperity as a nation, not all Australians enjoy substantive equality before the law. Many working Australians, including a group the Law Council of Australia has identified as the missing middle, cannot afford to access legal services but also do not qualify for grants of legal aid. People in this cohort commonly experience cumulative and intersectional disadvantage. So the broader challenge is to address poor justice outcomes in tandem with initiatives in education, housing, employment, health and mental health, and in combating the scourge of family violence. Only last week, the Chief Justice of the Federal Circuit and Family Court of Australia, the Honourable William Alstegren AO, said, "The prevalence of family violence throughout our communities is a national disgrace. We're not even halfway through the year, and yet 28 women have reportedly been killed in 2024 so far. Family violence is simply unacceptable and it must stop." These overlapping issues are sources of community dissatisfaction, sadness and frustration, and they do not lend themselves to easy solutions. They vex law and policy makers and Treasury officials, and they divide political and community debate. The Chief Justice went on to say, if we are going to end gender-based violence in one generation, we need to take bold, innovative steps and target our collective expertise and resources towards evidence-based interventions that yield tangible results. That is, meaningfully grappling with these issues requires mature, intelligent and creative thought and a multi-sectoral approach to problem solving. These are at their core human problems that require individualised human solutions. In your various disciplines and fields, however you choose to use your qualifications in the workforce, they are waiting for your input as our newest group of brightest and best who obtain tertiary qualifications motivated by a desire to help people and who possess the intelligence, diligence, industry and compassion to succeed and make a difference to our society. With some reflections on my own experiences in the law, I want to conclude by raising an issue or two and offering you some brief parting words of advice. The first is mental health and well-being and vicarious trauma, which some commentators have suggested is a global crisis confronting the legal profession, as heavy workloads and stresses take their toll on lawyers' mental and physical health and drive attrition rates. A lot of good work is being done within the profession to combat this crisis, but across industries we must lead in being self-aware and being aware of others. In thinking about this, I often liken it to the direction that airlines give passengers travelling with small children when the oxygen masks come down. Take a moment, look after yourself, and then you are placed to look after those who need and depend upon you. The second suggestion that I want to make to you is that empathy is essential to success. I have worked in the criminal and civil justice systems for more than 20 years, in an adversarial system that is founded on contest, competing cases, one prevailing over the other. In my view, almost universally, you will enrich a situation by approaching it with humanity and kindness and an understanding that even the people who challenge you the most carry their own struggles. The final and perhaps related matter that I want to touch on is that whether you realise it or not, simply by being here, you are all role models, you are all looked up to, and you all set an example to someone. Through your experiences and your achievements, you have already much to give and much to teach others. You have much to look forward to and much to be proud of. I hold great hopes for your contributions to intractable issues as our next leaders and facilitators. I congratulate you all and wish you all well as you move into the next phase of your career. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, Judge Liveris, for your thought-provoking words to our graduates, and please accept these flowers as a token of our appreciation. Today's musical presentation will be Step by Step, an original written and performed by Jamie Page. Jamie is a local singer-songwriter performing around Darwin as a soloist or with others in his band Fanciful. When he is not singing, Jamie spends much of his time working and learning with rangers across the remote top end. These wild and beautiful landscapes, the people and cultures, inspire the fanciful music. Jamie has been studying and occasionally working with CDU since 1998, and earlier today graduated with a Certificate 4 in Music. In 2023, Jamie won the Songwriters, Composers and Lyricists Association National Songwriting Competition for Song for Wed 4pm. Please give Jamie a warm welcome.
Thank you for having me here this special day. I'm privileged to be here on Larrakia country singing. This one's, it's a lot of crazy stuff going on in the world at the moment, but there's a lot of amazing people too who try and come together to fix things, and this is for them. It's called Step by Step. Every day, in every way, people are growing strong. Standing united, will never be divided. Work together as one. Spread the word till everybody's heard. The tide is coming in, washing away all those years of decay. Together we can only win. We put one foot front of the other foot. Together they can never, ever bring us down. We'll put one foot front of the other foot. We're growing together, together we'll change this town. Arm in arm we'll help each other. Nothing can stand in our way. The old days are gone, it's time to move on. It's the dawn of a brand new day. Shine a light so big and so bright, there'll be nowhere for them to hide. Fade away their faded grey, lost in a tangle of lies. And we'll put one foot in front of the other foot. Together they can never, ever bring us down. We'll put one foot in front of the other foot. We're growing together, together we'll change this town. We'll turn away from their violent ways. We won't put fuel on their fire. Win this war with love, not bombs. Our intentions can only get higher. People are rising, they're tired of the lying. They're not going to take any more. Won't stand by while they spend our money on death and destruction and war. We'll put one they can never, ever bring us down. We'll put one foot in front of the other foot. Growing together, together we'll change this town. One foot in front of the other foot. We're growing stronger day by day. We'll put one foot in front of the other foot. We're growing together, together we'll change the world. Thank you.
That was wonderful, Jamie. Thank you yet again. I now invite the Vice-Chancellor to commence the conferring of awards.
Would all graduands please stand? Chancellor, as Vice-Chancellor of Charles Darwin University, I submit to you candidates for awards as set out in this official list of graduands. I certify that those listed have satisfied the requirements for the award of those degrees, diplomas and certificates.
As Chancellor of Charles Darwin University, I hereby admit to their respective awards the candidates whose names appear in the official list of graduands. Congratulations and well done. Family and friends, our graduates.
Would all graduates please take your seats? I now call upon the Deputy Vice-Chancellor, First Nations Leadership, Professor Ruben Bolt, to acknowledge our First Nations graduates today.
Ladies and gentlemen, distinguished guests, and most importantly, graduands. I too acknowledge the Larrakia people as the traditional custodians of the land on which we gather today. We honour their enduring connection to this land, its waters, and the rich cultures that have thrived here for millennia. We pay our deep respects to all Larrakia elders past and present, as well as all First Nations peoples that are present here today. I am Professor Ruben Bolt, and I stand before you today as a proud Yuin man from the southeast coast of Australia, and as the Deputy Vice-Chancellor of First Nations Leadership and Engagement here at Charles Darwin University. Today marks a momentous occasion as we celebrate the remarkable achievements of our First Nations students from the Darwin region who stand before us as graduates. As you watch the names of our 142 TAFE and 50 higher education graduands on the screen behind me, please remember the countless hours of hard work and determination that have led them to this very moment. Each and every one of our First Nations students have demonstrated extraordinary dedication and resilience on their journey to this point. And to all graduates, I offer my heartfelt congratulations. Your path to this ceremony has been filled with challenges, triumphs, and moments of personal growth. Your commitment to learning has brought you to this milestone achievement. May you carry the lessons learned with you and apply them with passion and purpose. I extend my warmest wish to all. May you flourish in your endeavours, and may your futures be filled with prosperity, fulfilment, and possibility. Congratulations.
Thank you, Professor Bolt. I now call upon the Acting Pro-Vice-Chancellor, Associate Professor Alan Berman, to present the graduates from the Faculty of Arts and Society and the CDU TAFE.
Thank you very much, Professor Coulson. Your Honor, Chancellor, Vice Chancellor, graduates, families, friends, and colleagues. It gives me great pleasure to celebrate the achievements of the graduating students from the Faculty of Arts and Society and CDU TAFE who have developed expertise in key areas that contribute to the future of the Northern Territory and the regions across national and international borders. The faculty is proud to offer unique and inspired learning opportunities with diverse courses across various areas of study. Our students study courses in some of the most remote locations in Australia, or you might find them just down the road. Their programs range from certificates and diploma in areas like culinary arts, education, hair and beauty services, tourism and hospitality services, to bachelor's or master's in education to work in early childhood, primary, or secondary schools. We also have some law students who are graduating from CDU Law School tonight. Finally, we also celebrate students graduating who undertook research through the honors, master's, or PhD programs to expand our knowledge and practice. Through our expansive collection of partnerships, we provide further opportunities for mentors, placements, and internships to build on student skills developed throughout their university experience at CDU. Our graduates move into the workforce with exceptional skills, knowledge, and confidence to succeed. Graduation, we recognize, is the culmination of years of hard work. Through deep engagement and commitment, graduates have developed creative, professional, and critical reasoning and demonstrated resourcefulness. In the next stages of your journey, I encourage you to continue to bring your unique perspective and solutions to emerging social, cultural, and economic issues, and to share your voice with the rest of the world. Your story matters. Your ideas matter. Your experiences matter. Your vision for what our world can and should be matters. Today, we're celebrating your success as graduates who are commencing new paths in your life. We feel confident that you leave CDU with knowledge, skills, and experience required for your future endeavors. You will be leaders and innovators in your chosen careers and an example for all those that have supported your journey and are inspired by your achievement. So please enjoy this moment. You deserve this celebration of a very important milestone. As a member of the Charles Darwin University family, we rejoice in your achievements now and in the future. This is a time to remember the words of Mahatma Gandhi. You must be the change you want to see in the world. I offer all graduates my deep congratulations. Thank you. Chancellor, in my capacity as Acting Pro-Vice Chancellor, I present to you for the award of Certificate 2 in Workplace Skills, Venetia Shields. For the Certificate 3 in Business, Letitia Joyce DaCosta. Romla Laura Genders. Lerma Hodrial. Hope Lee Price. Eli Krishnayanti Tevlin. Sierra Jane Wilson. For the Certificate 3 in Early Childhood Education and Care, Leonore DiMano. For the Certificate 3 in Entrepreneurship and New Business, Franziska Christian John. Andrea Stephanie Carty. For the Certificate 3 in School-Based Education Support, Maria. For the Certificate 4 in Business, Savasti Skilas. For the Certificate 4 in Human Resource Management, Arti Mehta. For the Certificate 4 in Project Management Practice, Amy May Chigova. Diane Nibbs. Amber Francis Lance Akis. Demetrios Patsalou. Greg Roberts. For the Certificate 4 in School-Based Education Support, Christina Mailer. For the Undergraduate Certificate in Sustainable Business, Antonius Lilikis. For the Diploma of Business, Caitlin Louise Anderson. For the Diploma of Educational Studies, Zachary Stanislas. Maria Sturgis. For the Diploma of Higher Education Studies, Angelina Tam. Kaif April Young. For the Diploma of Hospitality Management, Alessandra Sofia Irene Carlos Balina. For the Diploma of Laws, Kelly Louise Cosgrove. Elizabeth Emmanuel Kondak. For the Diploma of Project Management, Bradley Aaron Hansen. Vivek Kumar Sharma. For the Diploma of Travel and Tourism Management and Diploma of Event Management, Sarah Burgess. For the Associate Degree of Legal Studies, Jacqueline Amanda Forrest. Michelle Wright. For the Bachelor of Business, Asia Badia. Benito Alessandro Jimenez. Felicia Dos Santos Pang. Hannah Louise Stowers. Alexandra Hazit Valsamis. Close enough. Bachelor of Education, Early Childhood Teaching, Nicole Goosen. Ruth Oshini Kuru Kula Soria. Aline Parati Nadi. Evelyn Taspy. For the Bachelor of Education in Early Childhood Teaching from birth through 12 years, Mariana Nicole Cleanthus. Shania Manoshika Guru Nansilaje. Gia Yuli. Yuet Whaley. Wenwei Liang. Ketut Siani. Emily Rose Williamson. For the Bachelor of Education, Primary, Ryan Peter Chapman. Anissa Lorraine Hogbin. Travis Robert Jorgensen. Poppy Kyprios. Ellen Ruth Lowry Reed. Emily Lay. Jasmine Mick. Sky Miles. Emily Rose Moxham. Daniel Siddhartha. Emily Lee Stanley. Veronica Augustin Winarco. Bachelor of Education Secondary, Samuel Bricknell. Con V. Chow. Caitlin Rose Hawthorne. Sapin Lamichene. Vanessa McBride. Jade Lee Robinson. For the Bachelor of Laws, Clarice Angela Bala. Robin Jean Bell. Roseanne Bias. Jody Margaret Conway. Claudia Dominguez de Silva Vidigal. Leah Jane Dubuque. Caitlin Foote. Shanae Natalia Gibson. Melissa Ann Gillespie. Eliza Grushetchka. Glenn Peter Anthony Harrison. Claire Renee Hilton. Kelly Kathleen McCann. Congratulations. Daniel David Murdoch. Athena Pasco Bell. Daniel Nicholas Robbins. Daryl Sanza. Justine Telford. Stella Duong Tran. Calliope Surgranis. Louis John Tuck. For the Graduate Certificate of Sustainable Enterprise, Eileen Susan Breen. For the Graduate Diploma of Specialist Education, Madhumita. For the Master of Business Administration, Arman Ahmed Tomal. For the Master of Business Administration, Sustainable Leadership, Ahmad Nasra Halim. Jacinta de Fatima Mendoza. For the Master of Teaching, Sheikh Ahmed. Yi Cheng. Kelvin James Klimico. Abby Jane Degner. Aisha Farhan. Ki Ji. Marina Rosemary Gomez. Sophie Goodman. Nok Ha Wang Wang. Jaspreet Kaur. Varindir Kaur. Lee Chin Kee. Emerson Kate Kennedy. Irishi Nilmini Lianja Dona. Emma Jane Loughran. Mahira Maksud. Chiron Reed Lawrence Mitchell. Sweka Nakarmi. Wing Lam Ing. Dewey Kime Nguyen. Thai Hong Nung Nguyen. Thai Min Q Nguyen. Warnaku Lasuri Ya Pereira. Jiang Thi Hafam. Preeti Singh. Sapana Poon. Bandara Gay Regama. Pemika Rung Siri Pata Na Korn. Warda Syed. Felicity Jane Shute. Abhijit Simon. Felicia Smith. Yidon Soon. Trung Tran. Adisha Yadav. Yu King Zhao. Tingfeng Zhang. Executive Master of Public Administration, Hugh Van Nieuwen. Chancellor, that concludes the graduate presentation for the Faculty of Arts and Society and CDU TAFE. I now call upon the Deputy Vice Chancellor of Research and Innovation, Professor Steve Rogers, to present their CDU doctoral graduates.
Chancellor, Vice-Chancellor, honoured guests, ladies and gentlemen, and graduates. It is my great honour to present the CDU doctoral graduates this evening. A Doctor of Philosophy, or PhD, is the highest postgraduate qualification that can be awarded for formal academic study. The English word doctor comes from the Latin word dociendi, meaning teacher or instructor. The first licentia dociendi, license to teach, were awarded in the 12th century by the Catholic Church. The first university to issue the licentia dociendi was the University of Paris in 1213. A PhD involves in-depth, focused research conducted over an extended period of between 3 and 5 years, or in the case of part-time students, for up to 10 years. The research outcomes presented as a thesis are assessed by a panel of national and international academic experts who determine whether the research delivers an original and significant contribution to knowledge in the particular field of study. Our candidates graduating today have met these very demanding criteria. We've heard that we currently are meeting on beautiful Larrakia land. First Nations people are the original researchers, scientists, teachers, technologists, and environmentalists of the land on which we gather today. In recognition of this, Charles Darwin University presents to our women graduates a local Larrakia message stick, and to our men a boomerang. Now, we've had 6 graduation ceremonies over the last 3 days, and we've graduated 18 PhD students. Of that 18, 16 are women, and I think that deserves a real round of applause. It also indicates that you blokes need to pull your fingers out, I reckon. Message sticks are a form of communication between First Nations peoples, often employed in communicating over long distances. The Larrakia design on the message sticks we will be awarding tonight represents salt water. The boomerang represents knowledge that has existed among First Nations Australians for tens of thousands of years. Significant technological knowledge is applied to making boomerangs: what wood to use, where to find the wood, how to successfully manufacture the finished product, and also to manufacture the tools to make the boomerang. The knowledge represented by these 2 gifts has been transmitted through generations and is part of the traditional knowledge systems that remain strong across the Northern Territory, Northern Australia, and beyond. Charles Darwin University honours and respects this knowledge. We therefore take pride in presenting the message sticks and boomerangs to all our PhD graduates. Chancellor, in my capacity as Deputy Vice-Chancellor, Research and Innovation, I present to you Jury Rat Hack. For her thesis titled Digital Business Model Applications Within the Social Enterprise Context, as supervised by Dr. Rajiv Sharma, I now present to you Dr. Jury Rat Hack. Chancellor, I present to you Huang Wang Li. For her thesis titled Searching for Social Justice in Teacher Education in one Australian regional university, as supervised by Associate Professor B. Staley, I now present to you Dr. Huang Wang Li. Chancellor, I present to you Eva Sun. For her thesis titled Exploring the Third Space Borderland in Art Therapy Education and Practice, as supervised by Dr. Birat Zemitz, I now present to you Dr. Eva Sun. Chancellor, that concludes the presentation of the doctoral graduates.
I would now like to welcome Poppy Kyprios, who was highly recommended by the Faculty of Arts and Society and will speak on behalf of the graduates.
Good evening, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, fellow graduates, families, and to our special guests, the Honourable Mark Monaghan, the Honourable Vicky O'Halloran, Mr. Craig O'Halloran, the Honourable Sally Thomas, and Mr. Jose Amaram Diaz. I acknowledge the traditional custodians of the land on which we meet today and pay my respect to the elders past and present. I would like to start by thanking Charles Darwin University, lecturers, professional staff, colleagues, friends and family, for me, my parents, John and Evdoxia Kyprios, for all of your support throughout my own and my fellow graduates' time at university. My name is Poppy Kyprios and I am a graduate of the Bachelor of Education. I am both a children's book author and primary school teacher. Whilst every student here has a story of resilience, I am here to share my own journey. I was born and raised in Darwin, as were both of my parents. I am of Greek background and was named after my late grandmother, Poppy Kyprios. I remember from young playing teachers with my cousins, and I had always said that's what I believed I'd do. I had some business aspirations as well, which I was fortunate enough to explore during my secondary schooling. When I was 15 years old, I founded Poppy Cosmetics, which manufactured and sold both locally and internationally. Whilst this was very rewarding, my heart was still set on education. To this end, the following year, when I was 16 years of age, I earned a qualification in early childhood education and care, subsequently graduating at this age. During this time, I volunteered over 300 hours working with children. Soon after this, at 17 years of age, I authored my first children's book, which is currently being published by a publishing house in Cambridge, United Kingdom. I then began my university studies through Charles Darwin University. I've been told I was the youngest teacher in the Northern Territory and possibly Australia, commencing last year as a classroom teacher at 19 years of age. At the time of commencing as a teacher, I'd been studying for only 2 years and completed my final year whilst working in the profession. I was able to complete my degree in 3 years due to being granted permission from Charles Darwin University to take on overload study because of my high academic achievement. During my time as a teacher, I have extensively supported students that have a variety of additional needs, including ADHD, hearing impairments, diabetes, autism, fetal alcohol spectrum disorder, speech impediments, and English as an additional dialect. I have also taught learners from over 10 varying cultural backgrounds in the span of 1 year. This has been an incredibly rewarding experience for me. I am also the Global Youth Ambassador of a children's charity advocating for education. I have been the youth speaker at the 2023 International Women's Day celebration of generations of Greek women as a success story for young Australians. In 2024, at 20 years of age, I have now created a not-for-profit initiative for teachers internationally to access resources to implement quality literacy programs, aiming to improve the literacy outcomes of learners globally whilst targeting Australian primary students. Additionally, I am proud to be a member of a number of organisations, particularly in education, including being part of the Science, Technology, Engineering and Mathematics Teachers in Schools, and a member of the Education Voices nationwide team of educators, allied health professionals and leaders to contribute my expertise and experience to support the mental health and well-being of children and young people. I now hold 38 certificates and qualifications, including my Bachelor of Education and qualification in Early Childhood Education and Care. These certificates acknowledge my learning in philosophy, science, health, leadership, literature, law, humanitarianism, and culture. Throughout all of this time, I have been relentless in my pursuit and passion of and for education. I have been driven, as my fellow graduates have been, to achieve higher education and use our learning to better the world we live in. When you have education, you are more than a bystander in this world. You become a creator and leader of change. As I look to my fellow graduates, I see these leaders. I see educators of the next generations. I see people who have and will create extraordinary pathways for themselves and those around them. Graduates, I look to you and I look forward. I look forward to the future and the success that you will build, and I take a moment to look backwards. Whilst today is a triumph to celebrate our success, we must also celebrate the journey to reach this most pivotal point. The ancient Greek philosopher Socrates has said that education is the kindling of a flame, not the filling of a vessel. And we must remember that today we are not celebrating the end of our journey, rather the flicker of beginning. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, Poppy, for that wonderful speech on behalf of all graduates today, and a true embodiment of education. Thank you. I now call upon the Chancellor to deliver the charge to graduates.
Graduates, please stand. As newly conferred graduates of Charles Darwin University, it is at this stage in proceedings that we conduct a turning of the tassel ceremony. This is a long-standing university tradition that officially symbolises your transition from graduand to graduate of Charles Darwin University. Please now move your tassel from the right side of your mortarboard to the left. I charge you as graduates to maintain a commitment to lifelong learning, to strive for truth, integrity, and compassion, and by the application of your abilities to support and nurture the communities that you're a part of. I charge you to take with you the spirit and the resilience of the Territory. Walk softly but proudly in the knowledge of your profession. May your achievements bring honour to your university, your chosen profession, and to yourselves. Good luck.
Would all graduates please take your seats in preparation for your Guard of Honour and the closing of the ceremony.
Every new day begins with a choice. The choice to make time for what really matters. To use every opportunity to work toward our goals. And to make every day count. Once we committed, we knew it was possible. Today is a time to celebrate and reflect on what we achieved. It wasn't always easy. We had our doubts. And the juggle seemed impossible. The early mornings and the late nights. When the inspiration was not there. The search for perfection. We just wanted to get it right. But for every challenge faced, we always had the end in sight. We found our inner strength and determination. We found support along the way. We used perseverance and passion to reach our potential and to find our new world. It all comes down to this moment. A feeling that will live with us forever. To share with the ones who've inspired us. To become the person we were meant to be.
Graduates, distinguished guests, families and friends, the procession will now prepare to form a Guard of Honour for our newest graduates. The Chancellor and Vice-Chancellor then invite you to join them in the Student Square for light refreshments. Please now stand with the procession and remain standing until the graduates have left the room.